welcome back everyone. I'm Galatunia, and today I want to talk OCs with y'all. But so that you're not just watching my hands flail around for however long this video ends up being, I'm going to be designing some emotes for my own OC while we chat. Now, by the time this video comes out, you've probably already seen the emotes I'm about to make in action, but I still wanted to make this video showing how I did like the concept sketches for them, just because, I don't know, I thought it would be a really fun idea. So let's see, I'm probably not going to get through all of these emotes today, but I want to try and get through as many as I can, and they're not going to be like finished. We're just going to do concept sketches. Because it is unfortunately easier for me to actually do the emotes digitally to finish them up. That way they're just PNGs from the get-go. But let's see. I need a neutral face. I also need a happy face. I do have in my notes that I wanted to make an excited face, but I think I've already got that. The little sprite that actually got me thinking about this idea, I'm going to have them on screen. I actually have the little name called Wow. In that same vein, I've already got a thinking little one. So after that, I just need scared, crying, or oh no, distressed, angry, and then scrungly. I'm not even sure what I mean by scrungly yet. I am a big fan of Spilled Ink, and they have like, and Emily and Didas have these like little characters that are like all squiggly and are purposely drawn not as cleanly as their typical sprites. I think I'm kind of wanting something along that vein for myself, but we will see. My Sylveon study. I never finished that. I need to come back and finish this because that's actually a lot cuter than I remember it being. Because sometimes I will start a drawing, I will do a study, I will hate it, and then now, like this was several weeks ago, and now I come back and it's actually cute as a button to me now. What the heck? I originally made Galatunia because I wanted a mascot for YouTube. Obviously, the camera is pointing down at my hands a lot. Not going to be seeing a whole lot of my face, and it's just a lot easier to do it this way, but I still wanted to be able to have a way to connect with everybody. Now, obviously, the vast majority of people aren't going to be making OCs for this reason, and I am already screwing up that line. Oh my goodness, no. Well, I don't know. Hold on. I'm actually going to follow that for a second for the neutral face. Like, maybe she's kind of like, hey, everybody. Like, maybe looking more directly in the camera. Now, these are going to be very rough sketches. Okay, that's not awful. Like her ears are up here. I'm already going to be going over the note, but that's fine. Do I make her just literally T-pose? So let's see, she'd be like more turned to the side. Little sketchy. And then I'm thinking like, maybe she has her hand out. Kind of like, oh, hey, you know, welcome back. Hi, how you doing? Hi, how are you? Like a little more of like a 3/4 view. That arm is in a completely wrong place for that. When I switched to doing an art channel, I realized, oh, I could be drawing my own thumbnails. Oh, that means I'm going to have to learn how to draw humans. Crap. Because that's not what I've been drawing up until recently. Actually, I like that. That's really cute. You might have noticed if you've watched either my 5,000 Years of Toilets video or my I Drew 100 Heads in 8 Days video, that there was already a different set of sprites that are much more clean and polished. Those were done by my good friend Wissy Clips. And if you don't follow them already, you really should. I will warn that, you know, please be an adult because they are an adult artist. And I'm just going to leave the sprites they made for me up on screen to cover my little doodles. I look at artwork like this and I think goals. I am not making my own sprites to replace these because I don't like these anymore or because I don't want to use them anymore. I adore these little sprites. I think they are amazing. But when I came to the realization that I needed to make my own YouTube thumbnails, I realized, oh, I probably should be using my own sprites too. I don't know how many of you watching this actually like draw. Not the thought I was going for. Meant to say, how many of you watching this also watch like Drawfee? Now I'm just drawing a cat. I'm not actually drawing her. I mean, that could work. That could work. She is a cat girl. But anyway, Drawfee has this tradition of, at the start of the year, they will redraw their profile pictures because this is a team of artists. And they will have their sprites on screen indicate who's talking, who's drawing, all that. And when they redraw their profile pictures for the year, it's a combination of how they feel about the coming year. It's also about how their skills have grown since they last drew the profile. I just think that's so fun. It's one of my favorite video types of theirs that I love watching, and that's kind of a tradition I kind of want to adopt for myself. I think that would be great. So Wisney Clips, if you're watching, I love you. Please go follow them. I will have a link to their socials in the description below. So I think everyone should make an OC, or rather a self-OC, a persona, fursona, whatever it is you want to make that represents yourself. And the reason I think that is it's like getting to pick your clothes out for the very first time. Because when you're picking out clothes to wear, you're deciding how you want the world to perceive you. Only an OC is even more personal than that, because when picking out clothes, unless you're making your clothes yourself, you're still picking out pieces that other people have made to their tastes and cobbling something together that's unique to you. But with an OC, you're in the driver's seat and you get to decide everything about it. But essentially, a self-OC in particular is a collection of all the things that you love. And the best part is you don't even have to know how to draw to do it. I have been creating OCs for as long as I can remember. Long before I knew how to draw, I have been creative writing. And the most common form of OC I made has been a self-OC. My very first fan fiction ever was like in 4th grade. And it was a self-insert Sailor Moon fan fiction where I replaced the Sailor Scouts with me and my friends. I am pretty sure I still have that notebook that has that little bit in it in a box somewhere. I just gotta find it. If you do want a visual representation of your self-OC though, while I do encourage you to try and learn how to draw, considering I was also in a position where I didn't know how to draw, and I especially didn't know how to draw people, that's where getting the help from friends or from an artist you commission can be so much fun and so gratifying. I've actually had 2 versions of Galatunia. Both of them I had help coming up with the visual aspects with my friend Rosalind, which I will leave a link to her stuff in the description below. She's been a longtime friend who helped sort out through my rambling jumble of thoughts, because the hardest part about making a self-OC is, one, you feel silly if you've never done it before. Like if you're older and you've never done it before, it can feel a little silly to come up with a little tiny you, especially if you're not used to doing creative projects like writing or drawing or whatever. I do think I want to go with something that is like kind of blushy for the happy emote, because I turn right at a drop of a hat. I'm sure you've probably noticed looking at the camera, but my default state of being is pink. I am pink. I'm pork. You know, I actually probably could have made Galatunia a little pig girl, and that would have actually been very cute. But no, I do like just the energy of this one. Kind of like a, hey, I'm doing so good, it looks so nice. So I will probably need to look at a reference for this one. But I'm very happy with it. But you gotta push that silliness and initial embarrassment away. You gotta embrace the cringe. Because cringe is good for you. And I think that initial cringe is less being afraid of being judged by people around you and more a defense mechanism when you don't know enough about yourself to want to make something that represents who you are. Like when I first came up with Galatunia to represent me for the YouTube channel, as you can see from her 1.0 version, which this is a snapshot of my live 2D model that was made by my friend Clips, you can see that she's polished, put together, well dressed, and just has an air of she knows what she's doing and she's here to help you, which made sense when I was making tutorial videos. And don't get me wrong, this version of Galatunia has a special place in my heart. I adore her. I think both Rosalind and Clips absolutely cooked with putting my ideas together. She's beautiful. But as time went on and I made more videos and I got to watch this character speak with my voice, I kept getting the sense that something wasn't right. Something was missing. And this is the part that I think people are most afraid of when it comes to giving into the cringe and creating a self-OC, a persona, whatever. And it's because there's a lot of introspection involved. And if you're not used to wanting to be perceived, not even being perceived by yourself, it can be hard to define what you think is the best embodiment of the best version of you that you like is. I kind of found out the hard way that I'm not polished. I don't know what I'm doing. And while I absolutely can put on a professional face and I can be put together and I do genuinely enjoy helping other people, those aren't the aspects of myself that I personally wanted to celebrate. Make no mistake, this version of Galatunia is 100% a part of who I am. But these are the aspects of me that other people have celebrated the most. And that defeats the point of a self-OC. This is supposed to be the things I want to celebrate the most. Okay, I'm actually really happy with the direction this one's taking. Obviously, I would need to clean it up and finish it, but I do think, just for kind of a general, what am I doing? Or I don't know what I'm doing. I think this will work. I'm trying to remember, one of the reasons why I made Galatunia a cat was because of all these big emotions, because I tend to have problems with like delayed emotional reactions, but then when I do have the delayed emotions, they're big. And so I feel like a chibi with really over dramatized, and you know how when cats get scared, they like jump, their hair stands up, their ears prick straight up. I kind of want to channel that. Like I think I was originally trying to get that here, kinda, but I was doing airplane ears. I think the airplane ears are gonna fit better for when I do my disappointed or sad emote, just kind of, or maybe even angry. Yeah, because cats have airplane ears when they're angry. I'm gonna make a quick note. Better for angry. The challenge of this one, when I go to actually finish this in Procreate, is making the eyes wide and interesting, but also being able to have her glasses. Because that is one thing about Galatunia. I've noticed I am almost always disappointed with how the sketch looks until I add her glasses. Like, she doesn't look like herself without her glasses. Which is a good thing to me, because when I was first drawing Galatunia, I was second guessing every design decision I made with her. Because you notice so many OCs don't have glasses and have straight hair, because wavy curly hair and glasses are really hard to do. And I am shaking this camera again. I am so sorry. But glasses and curly hair seem to be the bane of most artists' existence. And I was feeling that when I was trying to draw her for the first time myself, instead of commissioning someone else to draw her for me. I'm really glad that my friends that have drawn her have had fun with her, but also I'm sorry. I want more characters that look like me, and that is the point of a self-sona, a self-OC, a persona, is it's supposed to represent you. And I wish there were more characters with glasses that weren't just your typical, like, kudere or your schemer or whatever. That's kind of why I also went with, like, the little flower glasses, because I feel like they're so retro and fun. I actually want a pair of these for myself. I don't know if I'm ever going to get those, because I don't know if do they make these cute little flower glasses with prescription lenses? I would hope so. So it's been a challenge trying to make her eyes expressive and also keeping her glasses big enough that... Do I need to... Yeah, that finished it. It's always funny how a single line just changes everything. This is actually my favorite so far. Like, this I know is going to be cute once I actually get down to the brass tacks and actually draw it. This, though, this is making me laugh, looking at it, even at the rough sketch. That's how I know I'm onto something good. How often I'm going to be using this, I don't know, but it's going to be one of my favorites. I can already tell. So in comes Galatunia 2.0, where I slapped cat ears on her, and I jacked up the color volume by 1,000%. I also decided to get into chibis. But yeah, I wanted to move to chibis and PNGs, because one, chibis are something I can draw, but even more importantly than that, I can push and pull expressions to be really big, because I am a dork who has no idea what they're doing, but I greatly enjoy getting to learn new things and getting to share the things that I've learned with people like you, because learning is better when done together. And that was pretty much the embodiment I wanted to convey with Galatunia 2.0. Now, whether that actually reads or if she just comes off as yet another cat girl on the internet, I don't know. Okay, is this Angie? Like, I decided to skip around instead of going straight into crying on O, sticking to the order of my list. I thought, oh, okay, if I'm doing airplane ears, I'm probably going to be doing more like an Angie face. I did this, and I just started losing it. I don't know if this is actually... You know what? That actually feels pretty accurate to me. Because I feel like my anger, most of the time when I actually do express anger towards things, is very restrained. Very much like, what are you doing? What is this? What are we doing right now? So, you know, I think the ears definitely need to be bigger. Like, they need to be more like, woo. Also, I am using so much paper just for this. But I kind of want these all together in a sketchbook and not in a whole bunch of loose leaf papers, because you've seen how that's going. Well, I'm actually surprised. I wasn't expecting to get through all of these, but truthfully, I'm happy with my little neutral talking one. Maybe I'll have one with the hand up and the hand down, because that way on screen it doesn't cover too much. Happy is going to be very simple. Scared ended up being that in my favorite. So yeah, really, neutral, happy, scared, Angie. Yeah, I only have 2 more. So yeah, I guess I'll just go ahead and finish that up tonight. But the more I look at Galatunia, the more I think, oh my gosh, she's adorable. And then it hits me that I've been calling this scrungly little thing that, aside from the cat ears and the hair color, looks like me, adorable. I'm adorable. I'm cute. I'm a fun scrungly to be around and enjoy and draw, and making Galatunia gave me that introspection to make me realize, oh, I like these aspects about who I am, both the physical and the emotional. Essentially, this is your reminder today that you are wonderful as you are, And if you've got enough time to watch this YouTube video, you also have enough time to take 10 minutes out of your day and just write down a few things about yourself that you genuinely like and that you think would make a fun character. It doesn't matter if you don't know how to draw. It doesn't even matter if you don't know how to write. Start with a list. Congratulations. You have the beginnings of a tiny you that is the embodiment of all the things that you should love about yourself. And I promise it's worth doing. Okay, I'm noticing that anytime I start going into the more detailed sketch of my own volition, I'm getting closer to something I actually want to use. Like, I need to clean this up. But I think if I can get the ears pointed more down, because I feel like when, like, I am, like, really sad, really upset, it's more of, like, this exasperated why kind of upset. Not, like, because I don't know about any of you, but I'm sure you've seen the people that do, like, the really cute sniveling crying on TV, whether it's a character in an anime or, you know, it's an actual person on TV. I don't do that. I am an ugly crier, and then I turn red. That's going to be something I'm going to have to consider too. Like, do I have, like, a red blush while doing it? I think another thing that'll be interesting to do is maybe make her hair, because she's got big hair. I got big hair, Galatunia has big hair. I think it would actually be kind of funny if her curls droop more along with her ears. And then in Animal Crossing, these like little flying teardrops. I don't know, I just think it's so cute and funny when you go up to a villager in Animal Crossing and they just have their little tears flying everywhere when they start crying. The only thing I'm unsure of is I don't know if the little tear and a little stream is down the cheek is going to be too much. I'm not going to know that until I start playing with like colors and stuff. But I think for sad, this is the winner. I cannot. It's funny because I can't do the wobbly eyes, but then I finally was just like, oh, give me like an eyebrow shape almost. This I can do, especially once I get into color and I can do like the little swish of the highlight. I don't know how I'm going to do, because digitally what I do, I wonder if this would be a good time to test that. Because digitally when I draw an eye, I do it as part of the line art. And I have like this circle, right? And then I can do white on top where I'm about to erase for like the big main highlight. Like that. And then for color, the line art color is the pupil. But then for the iris, the actual like color, I will draw on top. That works digitally. I don't know if it's going to work traditionally because I do prefer traditional art. Traditional art not only helps me slow down, but it forces me to be more confident with the lines that I'm making. Like my concept sketches in digital don't look nearly as nice. And I'm not saying these look nice. I'm saying my digital concepts don't look this polished. My lines are really scratchy, and because I can just do this, that's my undo function. I just tap my two fingers. Digital art feeds into my perfectionism something fierce. I am so surprised I actually got through all these because I've been putting this off for a while. I only need to come up with my scrungly. I'm doing it again. I'm already getting into more detail. I've got a feeling this is probably going to be the one. Maybe my scrungly should just be like an actual cat. Like, not even a cat girl. An actual cat. I kind of already had that. Like, back when I was trying to make, like, a logo and be more fancy for YouTube, I just had glasses and cat ears. Actually, I don't know why I'm drawing it out. I can literally just put it on the screen right now because I still have the file for it. But that was literally the scrungly. That's literally it. And just add like a little me. Is that being too silly though? Because it's kind of the unfortunate thing about YouTube is if you don't get people hooked within the first like 30 seconds, truthfully, it's sometimes not even that long. It's like the first 20 seconds or so, or like 5 these days, attention spans and all that. So if I pop up with this like little cat scratch thing and then appear as like a cat girl, is that gonna just confuse people? I like the idea though, because I like this like little scrungly thing that I made. And it kind of makes sense, like maybe when she's being particularly silly, she just reverts back to cat instead of being a cat girl. Which actually begs the question is, does she have multiple forms? That's something I'm going to have to think about. Honestly, yeah, I think that would be very cute. You know what, yeah, screw it. This is the scrungly. I love that. Well, I'm not gonna lie, folks, I wasn't actually expecting to get through all of them today, because I normally take forever to make decisions like this. I don't know how long it's gonna take to actually finish all these. Why is sad the one that actually looks the most finished and polished of all of these? Of all of these, it's this one. Maybe it's because I don't get to draw sad that often. I have rambled enough for today. Thank you all so much for spending your time with me today and for doodling OCs with me, or at least I hope you did. Maybe this will inspire you to make an OC for yourself too. And if you've got an idea for a fun little emote or talking sprite, put it in the comments, let me know. I would love to have the opportunity to draw it. I generally can't think of a different way to end this video, so I'm just going to go ahead and say, until next time, see you then. Bye-bye!